Now it's time for Women Entrepreneurship made in Monaco.
Everyone knows about IQ, cognitive intelligence, performance, etc. But not so many people talk about EQ, the emotional intelligence. But I think you need both of them to be a good leader. It's like a sports team. You have the players, they are performing, and you have a moderator, which should be the coach. And when they work good together, well, the team can lead to great success. But in our society today, and well, I think I'm not doing an exception if we look at our kids, we ask them to perform. You need to be good in IB, in school, you need to have the best university, you need to have the best internship, the best work experience, performing. And we don't emphasize enough the emotional intelligence that they should build up as well in parallel. So, well, our son right now is doing his IB, so I added a bit of the EQ, and actually he will study business and psychology, which I think is a perfect match for him. So what is actually emotional intelligence? Well, it's a set of different skills. It's self-awareness, it's self-regulation, empathy and motivation. And I think these are highly required to become a good manager, or let us say even a good leader. A leader, by definition, to perform well, he always needs to be aware of his strengths and his weaknesses. So if he has a good portion of this emotional intelligence, he might be able to work on this very well. So because they must handle pressure. We all need to handle pressure. We need to refrain from emotional outbursts. We can't just explode in the office. And we need to refrain to strong negative reactions at work. We need to be on top of the wave. So thus being aware of your emotions, you can build it in your daily life as a leader. And it helps really to lead your team, to know them, and it's also relevant for your clients. So when for example, I'm having an interview for a new person, I see the CV, it's like, wow, what he did, it's amazing. But then I put the CV on the side and I look a bit at the person itself and see what can he add from the emotional side to the company. I try to feel the person, to listen to him, ask some questions, maybe a bit more private, to tickle out some information, and I try to visualize him within the team, because I think if you find the perfect match for your team, the team performance is growing up massively. So if I have two comparable CVs, I would always go for the one who's showing more emotional intelligence skills. I think it's a great asset to the company. So a high level of EQ, it has been scientifically proven, increases the team productivity, but there is also another aspect, is staff retention. I don't know how is it with you, but I can see this young generation which has been trimmed on performance, technology, iPhones, digital, etc. They cannot disconnect, so they have less time to work on their personal development, and they might probably less able to deal with stress, so they all do job jumping. They come, they go. So you would hire one, you train them, you invest in him, and then you say, oh, I just go to another job. It's a really new generation problem. So having a team, good balance with EQ and IQ, I hope that they will stay a bit longer with us. There was actually a very inspiring person who held a speech in Davos. It was Jack Ma, the founder from Alibaba. He said, in the last century, we have been compared by performance, so more muscle. But in our century, we will be compared by wisdom, which are reflecting the emotions. And he is highly recommended if you want to run a successful business to hire as maximum as possible women into your company.